Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. We've got a new unboxing. This one's pretty awesome. DC Collectibles has hooked us up with this DC Designer Series Superman Neal Adams statue. So it's based on artwork by Neal Adams. It's sculpted by Jonathan Matthews. Kryptonite Nevermore. It's Neal Adams' iconic cover art for Superman 233 from January 1971. It's come to life in this Designer Series 12-inch statue. So it retails anywhere from, I've seen it from about like $120 to $155. Kind of all over the place, honestly, with prices. You know what? We're going to open this up. We're going to show off the statue itself and see how it lives up to our expectations. Now, I got to admit, this is a beyond iconic image. You know, even if you don't know the comic it's from, you probably have the imagery of Superman breaking the Kryptonite chains. So, you know, this is it's kind of a big one. And I'll admit that I've kind of built up a lot in my mind as to what to expect from this statue. So, we will see if it lives up all of that. Kind of hoping it does. And you can see I have not opened this at all, so this is a true unboxing. What I see is going to be what you see at the same time. So we're going to get my actual reaction on this. We don't like doing stage stuff. We want to give you an honest reaction. Alright. So, let's set this thing up. It's got some heft to it, first and foremost. That's a good thing. This is a statue. It's supposed to. First thing, we've got its base, a beautiful Superman symbol. It's not just kind of on top of the base. It's actually engraved in. You can see there's some depth with the various spaces of the symbol, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that. It's much better than just having it on there. There's so many things that I think would just like print the S on it. But I think having the bit engraved does something a little bit. Makes it a little bit more special. Alright. Is it this way? No, I don't think it's this way. Nope, it's supposed to be the other way. There we go. Alright. Finally we got it in. I like to be careful with these statues and not jack things up, because I don't really feel like damaging it. Alright. So first and foremost, the statue looks great. I mean, just the design of it, you know, it's straight up the iconic imagery from the cover, which is pretty damn cool if you ask me. Yeah, that's supposed to be there. We got a little bit kryptonite like stuck on Superman's chest, which is interesting. You know, staring at it, it's not probably a little thing that I've kind of picked up on, but adds a little bit to the statue. It doesn't look like it should be there, but it's totally there. Just the pose, it's like an iconic pose. Him busting out the chains flying apart. It looks great. He's got his fist clenched. He's got that look on his face that he just looks strong and powerful. This is fantastic. Alright, let's go with the details of this. Well, first, you know, we're going to start with the painting. I'm noticing no issues whatsoever on the painting at all. There's nothing, no color bleed anywhere. There's no bleed as far as where color shouldn't be. You know, sometimes, every so often, with cheaper statues, you see this. High-quality statues like this from DC Collectibles, not a problem at all. Alright, let's actually talk about the sculpt itself. You know, first and foremost, we got the red trunks. Red trunks are Classic. This from 1973, or yeah, I think it's 1973 I said. So, of course it's going to be there. We get that version of the S from that time. Going from the feet on up, first, I love the base. I think the base is really cool. Hopefully you saw it when I zoomed in. The foot is actually off the base. His left foot is off the base with his back heel slightly raised, which is really neat. And then his right foot's on the base itself. That, cool. It's like a small detail, a little bit different. I actually think that's really neat to have it off-center of the base. There's something about it that makes it unique because of that. So, kudos to DC Collectibles. I love that part. This is really, really neat. It's a small thing, but it's really neat. Next, let's talk about the boots. The boots look fantastic. There was some slight bending at the toes of the boots. You can see the lines on the boots where you would expect them to be towards the toes. Small detail, really good. Around the top of the boot, there is lines like you'd expect. There is like a delineation of like the exact top of the boot and the rest of the boot itself. So great. Look at the shorts. You can kind of see that here. Around the shorts, there is like wrinkles around there. Small detail, but it's exactly what you should expect. It feels like it's wearing the shorts and it's bending to them. This isn't like a smooth thing at all, which is great. It actually gives a little bit more life to the statue itself. You know, a lot of people might think that seems a little nitpicky, but I would say the statue would look totally different without those wrinkles. So small detail, really good. Belt, the belt is 3D. If anything with the colors, that's probably about where the worst colors are on it. There's some slight, I mean, yellow is difficult to do. The yellow is slightly on the blue, and the red slightly on the blue, and the red's a little slightly on the belt. Really minor, didn't notice it until now, so super minor. But the belt is 3D. The buckle sticks out a little bit. The actual loops stick out a little bit, so looks great. Going to the chest, of course, we've got the iconic Superman symbol. It does stick out a little bit. It's not completely flat. It actually feels like a shield on the chest. Of course, we've got the Kryptonite stuck on his chest. We've got his abs. You can see defined six-pack there, exactly like you would expect for Superman, even to the point that there is a slight belly button on it. Really subtle detail, but solid detail. This is kind of some cool things that I think are pretty key on that. All right, the chains themselves breaking out looks really cool. You can see that it's not even ended. It does look like it's snapped, and it does look like it's exploding off his chest. Really great use of that. I think it's really neat. It's sticking out, so it's got this sense of motion. The way it wraps around the body makes that possible. Really smart use of that. Cape, obviously in the shoulders, coming off the shoulder blades, or like the chest, I don't know what you'd want to call it, the upper chest, and kind of built into there, which is really nice. And let's go to the face itself. Face looks fantastic. I mean, he looks angry, pissed, and like he's got that strength to crack this chains open. You can see on the neck, I think that's where the detail really starts with the face. You got the kind of the neck vein, muscle, whatever you want to call it. There's some depth there, which is great. He's got actually the cleft chin, which is great as well. Little dimple on the cheek. Teeth look solid. The eyes are fantastic. You know, the solid piercing blue eyes. His eyebrows great. He's got the little curl as expected. And then the hair is, you know, that black iconic hair that you'd expect. Fists also fantastic as well. I would think maybe that's the only thing that, you know, maybe this would take it to like the next level, so a little bit more shading. But you know, I mean, the hands are kind of like, they're a little flat. You know, the nails actually, wow. All right. So like the hands, you know, they're a little bit light. They probably could have done like a little bit of shading maybe on the face as well, but I'm not going to knock it too much because they actually do pay attention to a lot of detail. The fingernails, not just have the fingernails, but have like the slight tip of the fingernail as well, with where it's slightly different color of white or flesh or whatever you want to call it. And there's actually a cuticle. I think that's what, yeah, it's the cuticle at the bottom of the fingernail. That's a really small detail. That's really, really impressive and really nice. Just the movement of the hands, or the kind of the wrinkles and folds of the hands are fantastic. Yeah, you know, I don't think it needs shading at all. This is just like, I think shading and playing around with the skin tone at all might actually ruin the statue itself, like, I think I'm loving it the way it is. I would just leave it. And it helps kind of enhance the rest of the you know, details on it. The cape's flowing back like you'd expect with him bust out. You got the S symbol. Back of the hair is kind of uneven, which is really, really nice. We don't have just kind of like a straight line behind. It actually looks like a haircut. Overall, this is an amazing statue. I mean, it's bringing that iconic imagery of Neal Adams to life for about anywhere from $120 to $155. We'll have a whole bunch of links on this. Out of all the statues we've gotten so far, this might be my favorite out of them all. This is a gorgeous statue. It's absolutely amazing. Top-notch stuff. You know, captures an iconic pose. The details on it are wonderful, fantastic. It's just, it's impressive. It's the only way I can describe it is it's impressive. As I said, we're going to have some links underneath this video. There will probably be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage of that. I want to thank DC Collectibles for hooking us up with this. This is an amazing statue. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely wonderful, and yeah, I'm kind of blown away by it. I think you can hear me talking, like, as I looked at it more and more of the details, I'm just getting more and more excited at the quality of it. I mean, when you're discussing the fingernails, it's kind of an impressive thing. So you can go get this now. It came out in January. Again, want to thank DC Collectibles for hooking us up with this. If you're into Superman, DC Comics, comic books in general, toys, statues, stuff like that, you should check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Till next time, as always, thanks so much. Keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.